Performing a color knockout is the #1 thing you can do to make your DTF transfers feel softer. Now, sadly, you can't touch this shirt through the screen. But if you ever see me in person, I usually have this shirt with me, and you can feel the difference from simply knocking out some of the black color out of this graphic. Now, color knockouts assume there is a color in the graphic that is the same or very, very similar to the shirt's color. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna knock out that shirt color from the graphic. Knockouts are best done with vector files in Illustrator. There are ways to do it with raster images in Photoshop, but that's for another video. So let's jump into Illustrator. All right, here we've got that Chinese dragon. You just saw it on that shirt. The first thing you wanna do is you wanna create a background layer that is the color of your shirt. It's always the best way, the only way that you can really test your results to make sure you didn't screw up the look of it. So the first thing we're gonna do is open up our layers panel. Now, if your Illustrator doesn't look like this, go to Windows, Workspace, and Essentials Classic. That will bring up basically this workspace. We're gonna open up the layers panel here. We're gonna lock and hide that black background layer. We're gonna bring it back up later. Now, we wanna remove the black, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the A tool or shortcut A. It is the direct select tool. This is a selection tool. It's gonna kind of select everything. This lets me select one specific shape, or in this case, one large shape, but it's the A tool. Shortcuts make your life so much easier. I'm gonna click right here, and then it didn't select all the black. We see we got some down here. So what you wanna do, and other graphics will have maybe more spread out, so you wanna go to select, same fill color, selects all the black, go to the appearance panel here in the right-hand side, and we're gonna go to no fill. These are color swatches here. If it has a red slash through it, that means it's a no fill. Perfect, and you might be looking at it going, Jeremy, that looks horrible. And you're right, it does. So let's put the shirt color behind it, and there it is. Literally, those couple of steps that got rid of that black is going to make this graphic feel so much softer. And as a bonus, it's gonna save you on ink costs. Black is actually the most expensive ink to print because it involves all of the colors. So yeah, so this is a great tool. It's gonna help it feel softer, and it's going to save you money on ink costs. Now, let's say the person who was ordering these didn't want it on a black shirt. Let's say they wanted it on a red shirt. So let's go ahead and make the background block red. And yes, I know this is ugly. I do it on purpose so you can see what's happening. If we got rid of this red here, it would totally change the look of the graphic, right? You wouldn't have the sun behind the dragon's head. So what do you do if the color you're knocking out is on the outside edges of the graphic? Well, you need to put some kind of line around the outside of it. So in this case, with the A tool selected, we're gonna select this big sun. We're gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see what's going on. And we're gonna add a stroke. So in the appearance panel on the right-hand side, we're going to add a black stroke. And we're gonna start making it go bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, we've got the good line going around the outside that we want, but I don't know if you guys noticed that it was growing around here too, and we don't want that. We don't want it to grow that part. We want that to kind of look the same. So what we're gonna do is we need to realign this stroke, because right now it's going equal sides of the actual line of the shape. So if we click on the word stroke, we're gonna have a line stroke. And if we go to the align to the inside, whoop, that doesn't look good. That makes this side here worse. What if we line to the outside? Awesome, that kind of hides it back behind this stuff going on here. That is perfect. That's actually exactly what I want. So we'll click off of it. We're gonna zoom out. And with this selected, I'm going to click on the fill color. I'm gonna make it a no fill. And there you go. I actually didn't hide this background, but that's what it's gonna look like. Now, obviously I need to do these Chinese characters here as well. And if I wanna select multiple shapes at once, I hold down Shift and click on those other shapes. And I do this separately because these letters don't want as big of or as thick of a stroke as the sun around the outside did. So we're just gonna bump this up to maybe 11. That looks pretty good. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this guy and do what we did earlier. Go to select, same fill color. It's gonna select all of the red throughout the dragon's head. Click on the fill, no fill. Bob's your uncle. You got some knockout. Now, obviously I'm picking some reds that were off slightly. So ultimately you're gonna be working with some slightly different colors. I just use this as an example so you can really see what's happening. So that is how you do color knockout. Now, you might run across a graphic that's not easy to work with. This one was pretty easy to work with. It's just, you made things hide, it disappeared, it was great. Not every single graphic is gonna be like that. So what happens when the graphic doesn't play nice? This is a perfect example of that. First, we're gonna make that background color the tan color so we can compare, because I think this will look best on a tan shirt. You could do a different color shirt if you want to, but I think this one's gonna look best on a tan shirt. So I'm gonna click that layer, drag that square I just made to the back, and I'm going to lock it. It was already that color, but if it wasn't the tan color, I could click on it, click the shortcut I for the eyedropper, and I can make it whatever color I click on, in this case, the tan, and then I'm gonna lock it and hide it. Now with the A tool selected, I'm going to select the tan right here. I'm gonna, like we did before, select, same fill color. I'm gonna go to fill, appearance fill, and no fill. Oh my gosh, what is wrong? So sometimes you're gonna get a graphic like this where they've laid shapes on top of each other and not bothered cutting anything out, for lack of a better term. So this is how you kind of cookie cutter everything and smash it all together to make it work right. So I backed up, Command or Control Z to back up a step. I'm going to select everything. So clicking off the artboard and dragging around the whole thing, selecting everything. Look over here in the appearance panel and you'll see fill question mark. That just means we have multiple colors selected. But the important part is I want to make sure there's no stroke. If you did see that there was a stroke, like there were question marks around it, or there was a color right there, then the first thing you need to do is go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke. That's the first thing you need to do, because then that turns the stroke into shapes. Then you want to click Object and Expand. And then in the Pathfinder window here, if you don't have the Pathfinder window here on the right-hand side, click on Window and select Pathfinder. And we're gonna click these three dots to the drop-down, and we're gonna use the Pathfinder's merge function. And what this does is it kind of slams everything onto one level and cuts it out of each other. So now when we do the function we did earlier, with the A tool selected, we select the tan, we go to select, same fill color, and we make it no fill. Look at that, it knocked it out. Let's bring that background color in. Perfect. This is literally one of the easiest things you can do to your customer files or your own files to make them print better and feel softer and save you ink costs. If you have questions about DTF, whether it's the graphics or the machines that you need answered, do me a favor and put those in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer those on this channel. Make sure you check us out as we do a weekly live stream where you can ask questions, we cover topics. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.